Okay, so I'm here with Lewis Pendleton, who's chairman of Chesley Street United and also the director of sport at Parkview Academy. Well, let's talk about the game first. Darlington Town were expected to give you a really tough game, but you really came out well and saw them off early on, really.
Yeah, I think the pleasing thing was that from the first minute we passed the ball forward, we were aggressive in the tackle, and we were too quick and too sharp. And sometimes we start a little bit slow and we give teams encouragement to get forward. But I think today there was just something amongst it where Darlington are obviously second in the league. They're a good side. And I think that the lads were just right up for it. And that showed in the performance, because I think across the park, everyone's a 9 out of 10 for me. So can't ever give them a 10 out of 10. But I think it's every single one of them was on the game today and played to their potential. And when the players do that, we have great confidence that at the level we're playing at and what we're doing, we're a match for any team. So yeah, it was really, really pleasing performance. It was, all the years I've done this, probably the best performance I've seen. I think I would go as far as saying that. So really pleasing, really pleasing.
So just tell us a little bit about the tie-up between Parkview and Chesley Street United and why you decided to start this project.
So in the day job, I run sports academies for men's football, women's football, rugby, cricket, netball, rowing, swimming, and the job is to combine that with A-levels, B-Tech and a fitness diploma. So students who are aged 16 to 19 can combine their studies and aspire to become full-time professional athletes. I think there's lots of programs that attempt to do that, but we have an obsession to do things correctly in every sport. We partner with professional clubs, professional organisations and talent pathways with a view to helping players become the best that they can be. And not everybody can be a Premier League player, but everyone can dream to be that, and our job is to help make them overachieve. So we spent sort of 3-4 years developing Parkview, and off the back of that we're national champions at under 19. We won every competition there was to win nationally, and I think some would say rather blatantly. And I think to do that, to put some context in that, there are schools and colleges across the country that spend 20, 30, 40 years trying to win one national title, and we win them all year after year. So that comes from having great staff, great people who are really, really passionate, who care deeply about the young people that we look after. And we felt we needed a challenge. I was pleased that I started this third-year programme many moons ago with Gateshead, and produced lots of really good players who are playing in the Northern League and beyond and playing professionally now. And to close the gap on professional playing or professional players, boys need to close that gap and have that third year, because the bridge often from being a second year like scholar and under 18 to playing professionally is really, really hard. So we sought to expose them playing senior football. We applied to the Wayside League. We got into the Wayside League, which was fantastic, and we got promoted without kicking the ball, which was great. And I think, not to be disrespectful, but we were pleased that we got promoted into the Wayside First Division, because we knew we had great confidence in the group last year that they were a real good group, and this year's the same. And we have great confidence that every year we're going to produce that level of players, because the production line behind what we do is geared towards third years. And I think for me, what we want to do is galvanise Chesley Street. We've got 62 junior teams who play underneath that, and we want young players to come through and see a pathway. There's lots and lots of senior teams that have youth sections and they're not connected. You see this in a daily basis, and that's not a criticism, that's just an observation of when we try and recruit players at 16, boys are playing for lots of different clubs and organisations. So we wanted to create an identity. We wanted people to be proud of the town. We want young people to walk about in the Chesley Street United tops and feel part of something, and create a fan base and create an atmosphere that's exciting to watch. And I think when you have young lads that play football in the way we play football, then you can't help but be excited. And our aspirations are to go as far as we can, and to win every game. And we see what happens after game. And if that means that we win leagues, we win cups, we win trophies, then that's a byproduct of coaching and doing things properly. So yeah, it's the idea was to expose players to senior football so that they can go on and play at a higher level. We did that with Harrison Clark signing for Livingston, and he's on loan at Arbroath. And we've got players this year who are very close, and we had players last year who were very close. And we then get players signing for Northern Premier League sides and above as well. So I think for us, the breeding ground that we provide for young players is to expose them to men's football that gives them the best possible opportunity of earning as much money as they can, either as semi-professional players or players. The aspiration for the club long term will be to retain those players and play at a level that's higher. To do that, we have to build the infrastructure around the club and obviously the ground and all of the plans that we have in place for that. So yeah, really, really exciting opportunities, and the link up with the academy allows us to train full time. So all of the boys who play first team are under 19. They're on full-time study programs, so that allows them to train. They get a year basically to focus on their football and their strength and conditioning, and as part of that they do a fitness instruction course and a personal trainer course, which then gives them qualifications so that they can actually go into the world of work and actually earn a living as a personal trainer and earn good money as well. So we know that the fit, strong young lads with good profiles and social media profiles, they all aspire to be professional footballers, but the fallback is that they can earn a really good career as a PT, and some of them progress into uni, some of them progress into Australia, and our job, John's, Didier's, mine, all of the coaches that work here, is to find pathways for every single player, regardless of their ability, to help move them on to the next level. And one day, hopefully in the not too distant future, Chesley Street United will be an end goal for a lot of them to play in maybe National League if we can get there, but there's a long way for us to go, and we certainly don't get ahead of ourselves or disrespect the Wearside League, the Northern League or any of the teams, but we feel that we want to try as best we can to stay as full time as long as we can, and let's see how far high quality under 19 players can go. Can they handle the Wearside League? Can they handle the Northern League? You know, we look forward to finding out, really. So that's the key for us, and it's about giving them a pathway to play at the highest possible level. So
You mentioned the ground there, something we've talked about ourselves. How much can you say about that? Because obviously the goal is to have our own ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the facilities here at the Riverside are good, but obviously if you did move up leagues, you're going to need proper ground, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a really good position because the day job with Parkview, we're in advanced discussions with Durham County Council around the Riverside. The Cabinet have announced that they're going to be spending at least £2 million on the site in the next 12 to 18 months, with a view to possibly £8 million on the site. So that's out in the public domain. We're working with the council now on the detail of what that should look like. We know that we need, as Chesley Street United, we need a 3G pitch, and we want that to be high quality playing surface with the ability to have a 3 metre hard stand all the way around, and then to interconnect shipping containers and develop stands so that we can build a ground that will allow us to go through the ground grading. We've had great meetings with the Northern League and with the FA around our plans. We've had our plans drawn up and we have the funds secured to be able to build that. We've applied for planning permission at the school's base at Church Chair, which is right in the middle of Chesley Street, and obviously that comes with resistance from homeowners who are close to the proposed development. But in essence, there isn't a reason to object that should scope of planning for that. I think at this moment in time, the council are very keen for us not to develop it at our school site and develop it down here at the Riverside, and we're awaiting for confirmation really from the council in terms of any potential lease or license and what that may look like, so that we can secure our base down here. I think what's clear is the academy and the club will always train here. You know, we have all of our junior teams training here, but with 62 junior teams, men's and women's, we need 2 3G pitches, we need 3, we need 4 really. So the plan for us is that we think we can develop that on this site. We've told the council that we're prepared to put our investment into this site. We're just awaiting for the legalities of that. We know that we have to have a ground grading inspection by the 31st of March. So that will either be the Riverside or Church Chair. And we're hoping this side of Christmas we can get confirmation from the Chief Executive of Durham County Council, following really positive meetings with them, what their proposals are for us. And the hope is that we have an operational licence to run our own 3G, have our own clubhouse, where we can protect our investment. And as a club, we're not for profit. You know, we hear lots of people say that we make fortunes and we do this. I wish we did, because I wouldn't drive minibuses and I wouldn't be washing kits and I wouldn't be doing all the other things that we do. So we run a good club. We're organised and structured in the way that we do it, and we produce players. But it comes from real hard work, long hours and long days. And it's too easy to say we just throw loads of money at it, because we don't. We're not a rich club. We don't have significant finances. We have a group of people that work very hard to make this the organisation that it is, and that's the key to our relative success so far.
Yeah, and you know, that was going to be one of my questions about the amount of work and hard work you have to put in, because I know that from talking to you previously and things like that. But it's also, you're getting rewarded for it, aren't you? And you know, you wouldn't put those hours in unless there was a reward there.
Yeah, I mean, like days like today for me, it's my day off, and I come to enjoy the game. There's games that you really don't enjoy sometimes, but really, we're creating memories and moments for young people, and that keeps you young. It keeps you going. It gives you a purpose in life. So I think my social life and my job are intermixed, and I think that's where the passion for this comes from. And I think that's the word. You know, we had Didier come over, and he could see the passion that I have, that John has, that the team has, and I think that really is what makes this special, because our facilities compared to others in this area, you know, that they might be slightly inferior, but nobody's going to outwork us. No one's going to try harder than we do, and I think results in days like today show what we're about. And you know, we brush on and move on to the next one, and we look forward to the Challenge Cup and what that may bring, and testing ourselves. But we expect to win every game. We go to Manchester United and we sit in the changing rooms playing against their 23s and a mixture of their 18s, 19s and 23s. And the expectation is to win the game, you know, just as it is at Windscale, just as it is here. So I think for us, what we're trying to breed is a winning mentality within young people, and I think that's the reason for doing it. That's why you get up in the morning, because you know that these young people are working really hard, and we deserve to match their work ethic to give them the opportunities that they deserve. So.
Just to finish with a couple of things. First of all, it's not just about a work ethic and a playing ethic. They're a really good set of young men, aren't they? You know, they've got a really good attitude towards people. They mix very well, sort of thing. You know, that's one of the things I've found. You know, they've welcomed me into the group, you know, in a really nice way, and I can talk to all of them. That's a really good thing. And just to finish off as well, you've got a big game on Tuesday as well, haven't you, in the Durham Senior Cup against Easington Colliery. That should be a big game as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think for us, we John and I try and breed that culture, and there is young people don't talk, and I think for the first 3 months, I think they must have just texted each other. They didn't really speak, but today they get round each other, they defend each other on the pitch. They're close, and I think the group this year, we've brought players from all over the country. So players have come into what was a tight-knit group of players who have come through from our 18s and have started to really gel well and bond, and respect is a key thing. You know, I had a conversation with one of the players today about respect, and he apologises after the game, and we have a hug and everything moves forward. So I think the job is to constantly remind people about being a nice person and being a good person first and foremost. And then I think, yeah, the game on Tuesday, I think Easington are going well in their division, and everybody's saying how well they're playing. And you know, we don't really look at other teams. I think for us the challenge is what can we do, and I think if we perform as we've performed today, I don't care who we play. I fancy us in every opportunity, and inevitably there's going to come a level where the under 19 players will come unstuck. Of course they are, but we don't know what those boundaries are yet until we get tested. And we played Easington in the Challenge Cup last year and went out, but we're incredibly unlucky. I mean, their manager even commented to say how we didn't win the game. So we'll hope it's not another night like that where it's bars and posts and missed chances. But at the end of the day, look, it's an experience for the boys, and it's a good chance to say, are they good enough to go up to that next level? We think they are. And we'll have a look Tuesday night and see what that level's like compared to the level we're playing, and see whether we can perform and whether they perform. So I'm sure both teams will want to win, and our aspiration is to, why not try and win the Durham Challenge Cup? You know, I know Sunderland's 23s are in there. You know, we'll play whoever, and we'll try and play the same way and do the same things, and let's see where that gets us at the end of the season. So exciting times.
Thanks very much, Lewis.